Okay, well, last weekend marked the third assassination attempt on President Trump in less than 2 years, and suspect Cole Allen has been charged. We saw him charging through security at the dinner, carrying multiple weapons before authorities were able to stop him. In the days since, growing concerns over the safety of the president. Let's bring in Washington Examiner reporter Salena Zito, who, by the way, was there at Butler when the president was shot in his ear. And Salena, you were right there underneath him at the stage. In fact, I think Secret Service even threw their bodies on you to protect you. So you've had some time to look at this video and sort of think about where you were in 2024. Does the president need better security?
Well, as with Butler, what happened last Saturday, it appears to me, and I'm not an expert, however, it appears to me that the men and women that are with him, his detail, that are the closest to him, they appear to me to be very on top of things, very reactionary, and very protective. But it looks like it's in the details surrounding the perimeters that protect him that is the problem. It was that way at Butler. It appears to be that way as well here there in Washington D.C. And so I think that's where the scrutiny should start, because if you looked at what happened on Saturday, man, there was a guy standing right in front of him. They were taking him off. They were protecting him with his body, very much as what I saw in Butler in July of 2024. They were on top of things. They surrounded his body. I could see it from the angle. I kept working because I don't know why, but I kept working. It wasn't until one of his campaign aide that took me down and laid on top of me until the shootings, the gunfire stopped.
Sean Curran, who is the director of the Secret Service, who was at Butler as well and got the promotion.
Yeah.
He was on Capitol Hill this week, and this is what he said about how his folks did.
Were lawmakers satisfied with your briefing?
You have to ask them, but they were very respectful.
Do you expect any changes to U.S. Secret Service moving forward?
Everyone did great that day. Thanks.
So, Salena, he says everyone did great that day. The White House agrees. I mean, obviously, they protected the president, didn't let this guy come anywhere close to him. There's been talk at the White House about potentially putting a bulletproof vest on the president. The president doesn't really like that idea because of the way it would look,
No.
but he agrees. Like, they're talking about it potentially. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I interviewed him at the White House in November, and we talked about security, about getting back. He always, to me, seems like someone who wants to be out, right?
Yeah.
He has so much patience about being inside and in doors at the White House, almost like a caged lion, right? But they're much more majestic when they're outside. And so we talked about that, and he said, Secret Service does not want me outside. And he says very unsafe out there. But what I think is so striking about what happened on Saturday, but what also happened in Butler, was his insistence to have the show go on. And he and I talked about that the day after Butler when I asked him about saying fight, fight, fight. He said, in that moment, I am not Donald Trump. I am representing the office of the presidency. I am representing the country, and that we go and that we endure, that we go on, and we don't let things sort of, take us out, because my obligation is to present that to the American people.
Yeah.
And so with that mindset, I know it's going to be hard to keep him from doing things. Yeah. And I also know it's going to be hard to have him put a bulletproof vest on. Not even because of what it looks like, but because it projects weakness, right?
Okay.
And he doesn't like that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's a very visual guy, and he knows that everything he does and says is being watched all over the world. Salena, great to have your insight, your perspective. We're glad that you were safe in Butler. I know you weren't there at the dinner, but we're so glad that you're safe as well.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.